Can't sprint. 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 Can't sprint.
Howdy, howdy, what's good tonight? We're just playing some good old SMT5. Give me 1 second, I'm running behind a second. This, that, C, exit that. Case. Ooh. And be right back. One more thing. Okay, I'm for real already this time. I just didn't want my countdown to sit on 0, so I guess I'll go over a couple of things real quick. Since last time, I haven't done any quests off stream. All I've done is tame a few more demons, use a few more new ones, just so I don't have to do too much of that on screen. Excuse me, allergies are acting up a bit. Yeah, I just fused some new demons, so I can skip some live menuing. But we still have plenty to do, believe me. Hopefully we're going to be fighting that Hydra tonight. I gotta be careful, because in this game, when you click in the left stick to dash, it stays on the whole time. Let me see what subquest we were working on last week. Okay. So let's finish up that Greta predicament. Makes sense, it's the first subquest we took ever. We want this leyline found, the one in Shiba. Oh, there it is. Oh, and actually...
Here you go.
Treasure.
Hey, hey, hey. Uh-huh.
Cool. Looks like there's a new subquest over there as well. So here's the Preda we're looking for. I could have talked to him last time, I just wasn't thinking about it. So we can go complete that now. I don't want to do that just yet because it's kind of out of the way to walk all the way back over to their cave. I want to check my other subquest first. Let's go ahead and actually do this. We're just going to port right over here. It's actually not that far from where we are currently. Basically, we want to check out this cave. We want to fight some demon type enemies. We had one at one point last time. We want to take on some demons. I think it's in here. Yep. These guys. Are weak to lightning. Well, I can deliver that. And Zeo costs less. This should finish out the fight nicely. I have a slime just kind of sitting in the party. Same thing. So how's everyone doing tonight? There's a treasure over here that I want. Is it Grimoire? That's a very nice gift. What's out here? Oh, just you guys? Oh, I'm not even worried about that. I want this chest too. I call it a chest, but it's more of like a giant cube. Damon's Essence. If it could be useful for later, you never know. Got out of there without fighting more fights than we needed to. And our client for this one's on the bridge, I think. Gathion's Essence. I guess we get some experience for completing it too. And we're going to teleport all the way back and do the Predicament, which probably at this point is just way too easy for us, but we also haven't turned it in yet, so there's that too. Okay, let's go. If I'm a little quiet tonight, I apologize. I'm just like super relaxed.
Oh, you want some? Well, do ya? Hey,
So sometimes you can get a bad bad possibility out of your navigator finding those little spots, but the bad ones aren't even really bad. I'll explain when we get one. Because sometimes you get just a treasure, sometimes it's an encounter, but it's an encounter that you actually really, really, really want. So not much to complain about. So let's go turn in that side quest to the Predas. They're not gonna starve anymore. Yeah, so if we're going and doing that for them, they fight you. But we're not too worried about it. Oh gosh, Preda is weak to wind, right? Yep. And fire, question mark? Sometimes if it's like the boss version, it's still weak to all the same stuff. It just won't tell you what it was weak to. I know it's not weak to ice, but this move hits everybody. By the way, we fused a mermaid. It's pretty cool. And we also fused an Obarian, which is cool because, yeah, Sukakaja and Sukunda. Muda, which I brought over from the Turdak I fused it with, but we like Gram Slice, which has a high chance of critical. It's the equivalent of Lucky Punch from Persona 5, which also you learn from Obarian, funny enough. And for that, you get a Haunt Talisman. Not too sure what that's for, but they learned their lesson. We'll forgive them this once. Just this once. Hey Tim, what's good? Hey, well, I say how you doing. I just saw you. Thank you for the raid. Much appreciated, baby. Oh, and of course I bumped the mic as soon as someone's there to see it. Hope you're having a good night, and hope stream ended well. Are you done with Star Fox, or did you just pick a certain point to leave off at? Hey Rin, how you doing? Hope your family visit's still going well. That was quick. I guess it's not a very long game, so I shouldn't be too surprised. That's good. A lot of people I know are sick right now, so that's a huge relief that people are starting to finally get better. There's that. Let's just grab a quick save because this game is super unpredictable. Nice. Do you still have is your mom still visiting, or did she go home finally? Oh, okay. Well, I hope that visit's still going well. That's right, you were talking about System Shock too, Tim. You mentioned both of them, I think, System Shock and Star Fox, but at least you got the next one planned out. That'll be pretty cool to see. Be like some System Shock. We have a new subquest available to us. This will probably be the quickest way to get there. We have a couple of them, it looks like. Straight south. I'll be excited to see some System Shock, that's for sure. I haven't played the game since I was a kid. There we go. That's what I was talking about. These encounters, they're quote bad, but you get a fight with a Maitama. So the way the Maitama fight works is you start with Nahubino. As always, you want to take one of those spy glasses, target the Maitama, figure out what it's weak to, because it dodges literally everything else. So it's weak to ice. So we're going to pass on the Angel, and we're going to have the Mermaid use Bufu to one-shot the Maitama. It's one of those enemies where it'll run away really quickly, but it gives you huge rewards if you can beat it in time. Healthy amount of experience, and you always get like a nice piece of loot to sell for it. Ooh. I remember it being scarier than you would think, so I'm excited. It was very scary as a kid. The whole concept. There's an old short story from the 60s called I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, and I think the whole AI controlling everything angle is kind of based off of I Have No Mouth. I think. I don't know for certain. Yeah, I think it was a game. It's very similar to System Shock, the whole AI concept, but I didn't realize it was on SNES. I knew it was a video game. I figured it would just be for PC, but it started as a short story in the 60s, and it ended up becoming a comic as well. Let's see. Yeah, and there's a new subquest accept, probably because we finished one of the other ones. So let's head this direction. Some vending machines. Melted doll and black tape set. I Have No Mouth is pretty freaky though. The ending is just bleak, very bleak. And 2 chakra drops, that's what restores MP in this game. So the more of those, the better. Let's take this quest.
Yes.
Hero curse and realize what's happening. They all start attacking. It's a miracle. See my friends. And we got the mermaid's essence just for accepting it. Oh my, what is that? What are we oh mying? I do love mermaid essence. Yeah, mermaid essence is pretty tasty.
Here you go.
It'll probably give us some ice moves, and the Nahobino doesn't have any ice moves yet. That's actually very fortunate. I'm assuming that marker over there takes us to our mermaid subquest, so let me leyline cross over near Tokyo Tower. Guess we'll save. Ooh, we might have just gotten ambushed. Oh, we didn't. Cool. Because I kind of want this Azumi. That was nice. Sometimes you get a negotiation where you don't have to give them anything. It'll just play out to where they join you. As long as you answer the questions correctly. EZ, that's right. It starts over here. So we need to run downstream. Oh, there's a Mimon over here too, so that works out nicely. And actually, talking to the Mimon should reset my aggro. So she told me to go upstream. I'm actually gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna follow it downstream. Oh, and it looks like my navigator has something for me.
Want some? Well, do ya?
But before I check that out, I gotta go tinkle really quick. I will be right back, y'all. 1 second, sorry. All right, there we go. I'm back. All right, what do you have for me?
Hey!
Amana Zako?
Aww.
You say oh crap, but I actually prefer these encounters. Another Maitama? Let's figure out what you're weak to. How many do I have left? I have 5 left. That's fine. You are weak to fire this time. So, Agi. Easy. Those encounters are so worth it. Looks like I missed 2 chests up there. I didn't necessarily mean to run into him like that, but we'll take the fight. You're weak to fire though, right? No, you're weak, both weak to lightning. It makes it easy. Oh, Mimon. Got it. We found 15 of them so far. I need to figure out how many are in this area of the game.
The sea claims all.
Follow this river upstream into the mountains and you'll find the pool we call home. You'll have to travel through dangerous demon territory, so be careful. The content we crave. Mermaid stream. Oh, is that what y'all want? You just want me to put on like a little mermaid costume? Because I can do that. It may not be the most pleasant thing to look at, but I can do it. I guess we just attack. We demand a sprint hot tub stream. You know, if I'm lucky, all I gotta do is show that to my fiance, we can put a hot tub upstairs. I don't know, the water's kind of expensive, especially that much of it. Also, believe it or not, I I don't tell everyone this, but I usually take lukewarm to cold showers. Like, I prefer water to not be... Now, if I'm in pain, I'll do a hot shower. But if it's just a plain old day for me, we run that water lukewarm or even chilly sometimes. Could be me. I get it. It's not for everybody at all. Personally, I just like it because if I really need it, it'll wake me up in the morning. However, someone told me it's a function of the depression. I need to be sweating it out.
Here you go.
Hold on. Here we go. I need to be sweating it out. Someone told me it's a function of the depression. The heat makes me feel alive. Okay, no, that's fair. I still take... Oh, nice, another Maitama fight. Oh, no, this one's just a regular enemy fight. You mostly get Maitama fights, though. I guess. No harm in that, though. They're weak to wind. The heat makes me feel alive. I get that. I never would have thought in my life I'd enjoy a cool or a cold shower. Until I became an adult, like, and I started working with my body and stuff. That's when I kind of realized it was beneficial. It works for me, but it's definitely not for everybody. Got some life zones. A bath is a nice treat when you have the time for it. A bath with like a nice glass of wine or something like that. That Magatsuhi is always nice to find. Have I been up here already? I think so. Lifestone, and I've also got something chasing me that I just ran into. New enemy. What are you called again? Tsuchigumo, which we can't even recruit yet. I want to show off, I don't know if I showed this off last stream. This is a move that I fused with the Aogami essence. It's called Aramasa. It's a neat little trick that Nahobino has. Alright, so you're not weak to fire. Are you weak to ice? You're weak to ice. Okay. Let's do Graham Slice. Hopefully get a critical, which we did not. That's alright. Because I know you're weak to ice, which the Nahobino does not have, but I have plenty of ice shards, though, which will grant me the extra turn. And maybe my angel can finish you off, question mark? There we go. And actually my Nahobino just leveled up, so I can recruit one of those now if I want to. Hobino and Angel. If you ever hear me refer to them as Nahobino, just it's the main character. Right, we're gonna put another point in magic. And we're not gonna put everything into magic. We're just gonna start off that way. I was just trying to actually check the corner, but... Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, he's talking to us. Yeah, I'm not gonna just piss away 418. Ooh, he did hit a weakness, though. You know what? I forgot all about the whole death counter thing. Just know, for now, we're at 1 game over still. And you're weak to fire. Nice, exact damage. Don't you love when someone pays an exact change? Cool. And matter of fact, I can recruit you now. Oh, my Tama. And they start. No way. Yeah, so you'll hit me, but my Tama's just gonna run away. Yep. Since you got the first turn. And he's gathering Magatsuhi. Coward. Yeah, that's what they do. There's an enemy in Digital Devil Saga that's really similar called, I think it's Omagatoki. But it's the same thing. You have to beat it before it runs away, but you get a ton of experience for it. Yeah, you're weak to ice. Let's talk. Oh, I offended him, but that's actually fine too, because Nahobino is really low on health. By the way, in this game, and actually pretty much in every SMT game, if the main character dies, it's game over. So you want to avoid that. I don't know if I showed this off on stream last time, but I'll show it off again anyway. Apsaras, the... Oh, how if the main character dies, it's game over, you mean? It makes sense in SMT. It actually makes a lot of sense to me in the mainline SMT games. It doesn't make sense to me in Persona, though. So, demons, like, forcing demons to serve you, and them not wanting to help you when you're down and can't defend yourself, that makes a lot of sense to me. But in Persona, it's the other kids you go to school with. Like, wouldn't you be reaching for that revival bead really quick if it were, you know, your classmate? Like, you don't want to have to explain that they died in the metaverse with you. So I like it in SMT. In SMT, it just makes perfect sense. Persona, I don't like it very much. I think it's actually just... I think it's kind of just poor game design, to be honest, in Persona. Oh, we found a Maitama, by the way. Another Maitama. So we'll use our little spyglass here. One of our spyglasses to see what he's weak to. What are you weak to? Wind. So, pass, 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 and wind. Small glory crystal, neat. What does that do? It has the name Glory Crystal. What does that do? Grants 10 glory. Yeah, there we go. That'll be really useful for learning all these miracles and whatnot. So let's recover. And then we're going to check out the World of Shadows. We're going to fuse some new demons. Now that the Nahobino is level 13, you can only fuse demons as high level as you are. Oh, but before I come here, let me use those small glory crystals. I knew I went in there for something. Cool. I want to get the miracle that gives my demons an extra ability slot. So let's go to Apotheosis. Learn miracles. These are all about the Magatsuhi gauge. That's cool and all, but I'd rather just have a well-rounded team. Demon ally skill slots by 1. That's what I really want. I'm not so worried about the masteries yet. But we definitely wanna, I mean, let's actually save the rest of our glory.
Are you registered? Are you registered? Are you registering demon?
I guess I'm just registering all of them. Demon fusion, baby. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, I could fuse a Tsuchigumo if I wanted to, but I don't really want to fuse away my angel. I like that demon. Can't make anything with Kodama. What about Sandman? Nothing of use. Neko Shogun. Nothing until level 18 on that. Slime? Question mark? Not really? Nothing I can really make yet.
Return.
Well, I didn't realize that, but now I know. So I want to check out one of these Tsuchigomos. I actually want to recruit it if possible. Check and see what I can make with it. Let's talk. Demon has her guard up. Put your guard up. Okay, so he didn't want to join us. He just gave us a life stone and told us to beat it. That can also... There's a lot of outcomes for demon negotiation. It's not a one-way system by any stretch. What's nice about other enemies being in the fight, like the slimes, if things go south, because I have a slime in my stock, I can talk to the slime to just immediately end the fight. I'm pretty sure it just ends the fight. So it's like a little safety backup. In a game like this, you kind of need it. I'll give you an Amarita soda. 2 life stones? Yeah, take them, sure. There you go. Tsuchigumo now joins us. I think we have everything just about in our compendium that we can recruit here. So that's pretty nice. And I'm assuming... yeah, I think to get to the place with the mermaid subquest, we have to go fight the Hydra. I'm almost ready for that. I'm like almost ready. Yeah, we just got a straight up back attack. That MC is confusing my libido so much, and I love it. Yeah, so I think they did that on purpose. Like, they went with a really androgynous main character. You know, I've always thought it was so silly for years now. You've always had a strictly male Persona protagonist. Oh, that's not good. We missed. That's not good. But yeah, I've never understood why it's always a male. They realize it too. It's not new stuff, because if you've played Persona 3 Portable, the PSP version of Persona 3, we don't need to do that. We can just attack. If you've ever played the Persona 3 PS3 port, you get to pick between a male and a female, and that's an upgrade from the original port of Persona 3. So they've learned that lesson, they know that, but they still just, you know, male MC only. What? Was there something up here? Did I get a chest up here earlier or something? Oh, you can get me up here. I see how it is. You know what? At this point, I think our only option really is to go check and see what Tsuchigumo can make. And then when we are done with that, check out Tokyo Tower. Let's check out World of Shadows.
Welcome to... Are you ready?
Oh, I can make an Earthis with Kodama. It's called Earthis, but it's lightning elemental because they don't use the earth element in this game. I don't think they use it in a lot of SMT games. The only one I know right offhand is Digital Devil Saga. I have plans to play that someday. Guess we go with... I don't know, what do you have? You only have Mazio. That's it. You do learn Tarukaja though, which that's gonna be good down the line. I think I keep you. Yeah, I think I keep you. Yeah, I guess we're going to Tokyo Tower now, so let's take any recovery we need. I don't think there's much, if any. We can fight Apsaras, but I think that's best saved for after. Put it this way, I don't think the game's gonna kick us out right after the Hydra fight. Then again, I should probably check. Hmm. Hmm. Cool. Yeah, so we're good. Alright, take one. This
Young
will
man,
probably
I
not be the
detected a
first take,
powerful demon in front of Tokyo Tower.
so wish me luck.
We'll want to be extremely cautious if we intend to go any further.
I think we just saved, but let's save it up again just to be sure. This cutscene should look familiar. This is about where we were when we stopped last time. Not when we stopped last time, but after I finished Live Alive, I showed this little part off. The preview, baby. Yep, that's right. I had to correct myself there. Also, I need some water.
Heed my words, brethren. As decreed by the Seraphim, I, Abdiel, hereby take command of Bethel's holy army. Our foes are the demons of chaos, who swore allegiance to that contemptible snake. Yet fear not, we are all
Fear not.
blessed with the divine protection of God himself. Warriors from far and wide, hear me now. Strike them down in the name of order! The unholy will find their deliverance by our blades!
Hole in the sky forms for this guy. Yeah, Lucifer looks the same in just about all the modern SMT games, the same sprite.
The god you cravenly revere is dead. Slain by my own hand, that humanity might finally live unbound from their chains.
Vile serpent, your lies mean nothing.
I speak only the truth. I have ascended the Pillar Imperial, the throne of God. As an angel, you know what this means. Such uncouth behavior from my former brethren. Order itself has crumbled. Chaos shall envelop the world. And from that chaos, there shall be a true rebirth.
A holy.
Only new future. All that remains is for me to sow the seeds that shall sprout into this grand reality.
Yeah, Lucifer's pretty menacing. big old demon. You're not quite sure how to interpret what you just saw. Gee, really?
Lucifer, the Lord of Chaos himself. The most powerful demon there is, and commander of their legions. Shortly after our encounter, my operation ceased.
AO5 Vanguard, thank you so much for the follow.
It was only after I sensed your presence that I reactivated. I've since recovered a portion of my memory data. Yes, I was an agent of Bethel, and I was sent here on an important mission. They have a base not far from here, at the Tokyo Diet Building.
I'm assuming Diet Building's gonna be our next destination after the tower.
There, the angels of Bethel work tirelessly to protect the people.
That may also be where we find the blonde Ryuji-looking guy.
It is my guess that the angel who took your friend will also be there.
Yeah, okay, what I just said.
Let us make our way to the Tokyo Diet Building, for your own safety.
Hey, hey! This is no time to space out! Something's coming!
Here we go. In the name of the Netherworld, I will punish you. For boss time against the Hydra. You can literally see it drooling. Alright, I'm gonna waste no time here. I know for a fact Hydra's weak to ice. I'm gonna use this ice gem.
Take this!
I want to go ahead and pass on the angel. Let's get Stormcaller going. That's why I fused a mermaid for this fight specifically. One second. There we go. Anyway, let's go ahead and reduce his accuracy as well. That's going to be a important feature, is the buffs and debuffs in this franchise. Let's go ahead and reduce his defense as well. We'll get a go ahead and pass on Angel. Skills, let's do another Stormcaller song. And lowers accuracy one more time. I'm intentionally not trying to lay the damage on early because this boss's AI script is basically set to do an automatic critical hit if its HP goes under 40%. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to guard, because he's charging his Magatsuhi. Heal yourself because you're better off with full HP than on a guard, and guard. That's it. We're just gonna guard for the turn because this does a lot of damage. He has an attack he's gonna do. Ooh. Let's go ahead and bring in the Tsuchigumo.
Let's
Pass. Skills. Let's Secunda again. Just keep his accuracy really low. And we'll bring in the Azumi.
Your turn. Go!
No one's weak to it, so we're good. Ow. Game over. Game over number 2. I'll probably get at least another 2 of those. At least. This game does never, ever profess to be easy. I'm adding one to the overlay for this game. When I stream it, I was busy today, I forgot about it. And actually, let's go back to Shiba. I want to try a different fight first. Because finishing this subquest could actually increase our chances of beating Hydra. I guess what I'm saying is I took that fight just now incredibly seriously, and we still got just mopped. Okay, so you visit Leonon Sheed, and instead of fighting her, you can choose to hear her out, and she'll tell you the same thing about Apsaris that Apsaris said about her, and you get to pick a side. If you pick Leonon Sheed, your alignment shifts to chaotic. If you pick Apsaris, it shifts to lawful. That's the short of it. I believe the Gathions are weak to lightning. No! They're not. Oh gosh, is it fire? No, what are they weak to? Are they weak to wind? Ice? They're weak to ice. Okay. Shaggy 3311. Thank you so much for the first time chat. Ice and Dark. Thank you so much. Actually, I have Mudo on Oberion, so that means it'll be less useless. Actually, Oberion's probably not going to survive this round. Oh, but it did somehow. And I don't have Bufu on Nahobino, so we'll settle for an Ice Shard. Let's go ahead and use Humble Blessing for some healing. And let's try a Stormcaller song. How are you doing tonight, Shaggy? Put it this way. If it comes to like weaknesses and stuff, I'm gonna just look it up anyway. If you want to give me the shortcut, that's pretty cool. I appreciate that. If you want to give the shortcut to the weaknesses. As far as where to go and stuff, though, I'll figure that out. I mean, I have GameFAQs open for that very reason. Let's drop another Humble. We'll get to heal after this. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say you've played the heck out of this game. There we go. All the Agathions are dealt with. We can focus on Apsaris. Oh, okay. I've never checked out a SMT5 speedrun. What's like the... Like, what do you play? Any percent category, or what category of the game? Or is there only one category? See, I don't know the SMT5 speedrunning scene. Oberion's actually not going to go down. Okay. Hard, true, neutral. Okay. What's the average, like, runtime look like? Just out of curiosity. Alright.
Watch this.
8 hours? Oh my goodness, that's a... Shoo! The way my bladder and my colon is, I don't think I could sit through an... So, for long speedruns like that, like people who speedrun Final Fantasy VII and whatnot, that's just a common RPG I see speedrun. That's the only reason I use that reference, but... Are you allowed to take bathroom breaks? I couldn't do that. Oh, Baryon needs freshened up again. Crit, nice. Do you really just take the time loss for bathroom breaks? Oh, okay. I guess when you're talking about an 8-hour speedrun, is Apsaras fire or lightning? Do you know right offhand? Fire. Thank you so much. So this is my first. I've played plenty of SMT games. This is just my first time through this one specifically. I think Stormcaller with the Omagatoki is going to be the most. Even though Apsaras resists ice, yeah, that'll still finish it. Cool. Hey, Donaramu, how are you doing tonight? Thank you again, Shaggy, for letting me know that on such short notice. Alive? Well, every day you wake up's a good one. At least I think so. Glad you're having a good night so far. There we go. And now that we beat up Saris, we can go recruit Leon on Sheed. So let me ask you something, Shaggy, because you got me curious now. Your PB is 824. Is it 824 with safety strats, or is that just raw dog the whole run? Do I have room for Lean on Sheed? I sure do. I have one slot left. I guess that's like kind of the question I'm asking is 824 with or without safeties, or does the scheme even really have like safety strategies? Like, for example, if you see someone going for like a PB speed run, they probably won't save. For example, a save might be a safety strategy.
Hey.
You know, safety strategy just meaning like saves and things like that. I'm assuming you take a lot of. Yeah, I figured you save a lot on an 8-hour speedrun. Oh my goodness, that's like a work day. That's SMT in a nutshell. That's also Romancing Saga in a nutshell. That makes sense. And now Hobino is now level 14. And Leonon Sheed joins us for our efforts. And I missed that Sodom Sheet when I was over here. That glory on the minimap, I'm pretty sure it's inaccessible at the moment. I think we have to beat the Hydra first. Let me take a look at Leonon Sheed. Level 17, yeah, so I'm assuming the whole level limit thing doesn't apply to demons that you recruit from doing certain quests. While we're not really inflicting charm to our boy the Hydra, Mermaid's weak to fire, so that's kind of a problem. I want to check something really quick. I want to see if I can use one of those essence fusions
Welcome.
to take away her fire weakness. Maybe a bit too early in the game for that. Using Azumi or Preta Essence to put Bufu on Leonon is the standard Hydra strat. Good point. Do I have an Azumi or a Preta? I do have a Preta Essence. Fair enough, alright.
Return.
I'll keep the Angel in because of Humble Blessing for healing, but thank you for the input, Shaggy. That really helps my stream keep going smoothly. You're weak to fire. But you also have Bufu. You have ice spells. You... I'll sub out Obarian. That probably just makes more sense.
Well,
I know not to drop Hydra under 40% when it's charging its Magatsuhi. I need to register these two.
are you ready?
I know not to drop it under 40% HP when its Magatsuhi is charged. No, we don't want Demon Fusion. We want Apotheosis, Essence Fusion, Leonon, Retta. What'd you start with? Marinka. Okay. Retta. Yeah, all major bosses have a set attack they use when charged. Yeah, and I think under 40%, I read something about basically it always getting criticals under 40% HP. With dampeners, that makes it super easy to deal with. And I guess we just can learn all the moves. Okay.
How is the return?
Yeah, if you push Hydra to phase 2 while it's charged, it won't do its normal attack. It does that crazy head bite move, right? Wait, so are you saying push Hydra to phase 2 when it's charged, or don't push Hydra to phase 2? Don't, yeah. Try to keep it... I'm gonna try to get it around 50% HP. Use the Amagatoki and just try to deal with it in one round. Which, thank you for your input on Leonon Sheed, because that'll make this a lot easier, I think. Guess I can't skip this one. Very well, as a matter of fact. I know specifically in SMT3, it went by agility score. If agility scores were tied, it went by placement in the party. I imagine it's similar for this one. Is it the same way, or is it different?
Lucifer. Shortly after, it was only after
Oh, is
I
it
said
literally
to
just 1, 2, 3,
that
4?
I reacted. I've seen. Yes, I was. They're the angels of Bethel. Young man, let us make our way to the Tokyo.
Hey, this is...
Yeah, okay. I know in SMT3 they added just the element of the agility score to it. Because endgame SMT3, after you've picked what 3 demons you want to use with the Demi-Fiend, you fuse them all with a bunch of Maitamas to max out all their stats, and at that point, it's just order in your party is what affects the turn order. This is my first time playing through SMT5, but I've probably put like 1,000 hours over the last 2 decades into SMT3, so that's my experience with... Well, no, that's not true, because I've done everything in Digital Devil Saga except the Demi-Fiend as well. Haven't finished Digital Devil Saga 2 though. Slots 1 and 3. Well, hey, what do you know? We have that. I'm gonna start it off like I did last time with the Ice Gem. I can only imagine how long a true demon ending. Anything in the Amala Labyrinth has got to be up to RNG, because you can be as tough as can be in that dungeon. But Amala Labyrinth is like, I don't know what it's like as a speed game. I know casually Amala is a very, very tough bite of video game, especially on hard. I've done hard true demon ending casually for SMT3. I should have actually probably used Raccoona and only used 1 Ice Gem this round. That was a mistake by yours truly. Oh, Tim forgot about first this time. Okay, Shaggy, let me ask you. Yeah, how could you? How could you let that happen? So, Shaggy, let me ask you really quick, because last time I tried this fight, I guarded on this round. I guarded on the round where he did his... Yeah, is it Dark Dampener? Okay.
This'll do.
Alright, let's try it out. I'm gonna use you to heal just because I wanted to save Mermaid's turn for Stormcaller. Bong! Bonging! Bonging! Alright, let's try that Dark Dampener out, see what that does. And Leonon, I gotta keep an eye on his health. We don't want to go really too far under 50%. I guess. Oh, is the wait a second. I see. All right. Oh my god, it's gonna be my turn. Oh, you rock, Shag. That's so sick. Oh, Rada Magatsuhi. I want to reduce his defense. I forget the full name. I forget the full name of the spell, but it's kind of like any strategy involving the spell that starts like that. You know, the one that blocks a physical on all allies, and there's like certain magic equivalents. Only single target, kind of like the Kaja spells, how there's... Oh, okay, it's like, I guess, a halfway point. That's manageable. Oh, yeah, we're fine. Shucks. Yeah, I know, like, a lot of the buff spells are now single target, and they have a multi-targeting equivalent. Very, very different from SMT3. It's similar to, like, Persona 5 now. Personally, I like... Well, they were just flat out... You know, I couldn't even call them OP in SMT3, because the game just kind of revolved... Oh, that's unfortunate. We got a miss. The way they're set up in 3, they're almost mandatory. Especially with the amount of Dekaja and Dekunda in that game. Yeah, I like how they're single target now, though. I actually really prefer that. So does he, on his charge turn, does he always start with the Toxic Breath? Is that why you mentioned the Dark Dampener? Don't miss again. Please don't miss again. Okay, good to know. Good to know. And you're out of the good stuff, but Leon Sheet is not. Hey, we got it. Easy. Easy with the help of my good friend Shaggy3311. Oh man, we got a bead. 725, gain some levels. Omaiwa Moishindeyu. Nani? Hey. I figured Abscess would be a little different because those are just regular demons as bosses.
Wow, you're pretty strong, huh? You totally are strong. Seriously, I can't believe you actually beat the tower demon. Crazy!
So in your speedruns, what level are you normally when you fight the Hydra? $11? Oh wow, okay. Cool. We beat the Hydra. You know what that means? I gotta pee again, y'all. I'll be right back. 1 second. There we go, I'm back. Speaking of which, Shaggy, thank you so much for your help on that fight. I just gave you a follow. I'm gonna check you out next time you're playing SMT5. If I'm on, that is. That's a big if, because my free time's usually in the AM hours where I live. Cadaver's Hollow. I think, according to the walkthrough I have up, I think this is just going to be him telling me he can sell me essences now. The ones we've been picking up.
Hey, not bad. Best of luck.
Yeah. Okay, so just demon essences. They're kind of pricey though, so we're good on that for now. Let's proceed. I know first thing I want to do first is go up here. There's a big ol' glory down here. More Tsuchigumos. What do you have for me, Monozako? Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Oh, please be my Tama. Come on. Hey, there we go.
Here.
What did it say? Fire. Oh, easy. Ooh. And it's not showing me yet. Okay. Oh, I need to go up here, actually. Oh, and there's a lot of Magatsuhi. Oh, those are just... That's just a Katsith and a couple Sandmen. Sandmen. One thing I've noticed is this game is really generous with the amount of items you get just randomly. Why does it look strange right here? No. I know about these. So these are little statues. The element, Magatsuhi skill, luck is really good for my Tamas. Element, Magatsuhi skill. Oh, like, does it multiply rewards or something like that? Yeah, okay. It's kind of like Bewildering Grace and Octopath Traveler. You know what? I hate to be a wimp. I don't remember if I saved. I'm just gonna run back over to the leyline fount really quick and just zip back over here, just in case. I would hate to have to do that Hydra fight again. It's just right over here. Yeah, when you said the skill luck for my Tamas, I assumed it was some kind of reward increase. Yeah, we did not save, just in case I lose fighting these mermaids. That makes sense, especially trying to beat a long RPG so quickly. You're probably trying to manipulate some drops for in late game and things like that. Oh, that's right, I gotta go around. Some of the terrain in this game is kind of deceiving, like with how or how not you can traverse it. Pazuzu. Okay. Nice music. Zuzu. Ice type. Hey, how convenient. Oh, I was looking it up too. Thanks, Shaggy. The one that can fly, and when he's in that purple pool, right? With my last breath, I cursed Zoidberg. Was that it? How do I just remember that off the top of my head? Well, I appreciate the compliment. I don't have ice on Nahovino, so this should do.
Judgment.
Save some MP on that turn. Oh, that's not good. Please don't use Mudo on Nahovino again, because... Alright. How much health do you have? Weak to dark monkus. Weak to dark monkus. I'm assuming you mean weak to... I'm gonna hold the Amagatoki and save it for the turn after his, because I'm not confident we could deplete him. We got a critical on that though, which was nice. Yeah, when I read that in this game, because, you know, in older SMT, Hama and Mudo were just insta-kills, but yeah, I didn't realize Nahovino was weak to dark right now. I need to fix that with the Essence Fusion, because that'd be quite the nice game over. Let's go Aramasa again. Hopefully we survive, though. Next turn, we'll use the Omagatoki and just deal with them. Mamudo. That's not good. Hey! Nice. Good thing we went back and saved. Game over number 3. Actually, I am glad, because I can take that dark weakness off the Nahovino. Let's drop in a roll to shadows really quick. See if I can fuse this dark weakness off.
Welcome to...
Oh.
How is this?
That's fine. That's fine for now. We can always change that. Let me zip back on over to Pazuzu. Get back past these Tsuchigomos. And let's actually go talk to this Red Maitama really quick. 4 of them. Items.
This'll do.
Light. That's all of them, right? No, they all have their own weakness. So we probably won't be able to deal with all of them, but that gives me the highest chance. I only have 1 spyglass left. They all absorb ice. What about dark? Yep. Oh hey, you stuck around. Oh hey, you stuck around. And you escaped, but that's alright. We need to buy more spyglasses after this. Weak to light. Pass. 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 I'm just gonna try light again and see if that works. Oh wow, it worked! We got 3 out of 4 of them.
Yes.
There we go. Twice as much MP cost for not even twice as much damage. We'll just stick with the Bufu spell on the mermaid. An angel will heal us with Humble Blessing. So that way I can just focus on the damage output. Actually, no, we'll save the... We'll save our Magatsuhi for next turn. Yeah, that way we're not skipping the... that way we're not wasting a press, like a full press turn. Your first press turn ends up being a half turn, right? I'm assuming that's the idea why you'd want first and third to be on the weakness. Was so that you still have 4 icons. And you can, I'm assuming you can move the main character out of the first slot, so that, thank you for the advice. That's probably going to be a really nice approach to take playing this game, I think. I can see how that'd be a lot more convenient than what we're doing. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's not good. That's especially not good because that's my healing unit. You have DS, so come in, I guess.
Let's go.
I need to heal in the Hobino before my turn's over. Go ahead and start using this, put a little extra damage on. Yeah, good advice. Well, if we get another game over, I'm definitely going to try changing up my turn order. A lot better now that I'm not weak to that. All right, let's finish this. Right? How much health do you have? Yeah, let's finish this.
You ready?
Yeah, I don't remember if in SMT3 you could move the protagonist out of the first character slot, and that's honestly just because I never tried it either. I never tried to move him out of it, so yeah. There we go. That's all fine and dandy, but Pazuzu's gone. And nice little reward. We get some glory. Why does it sound like I'm taking a bite out of something? I guess that's all that's over here is just the glory. Is that a vending machine? Yes, it is. Yeah, it sounds like a crunch out of an apple or something. We need to go turn that subquest into the mermaid. Yes, it is actually beginning of next week, I think. Luna and I are going to take a nice hour-long trip out of town. Well, hour drive one way and then an hour back. We're going to take a nice trip out of town to go do some apple picking. There's a really good place near us for that. I go for the apple picking, but I stay for the apple cider donuts. Those are baller. They're terrible for you, but they're great. You know, I think it was last night. No, maybe. The short of the story, because you know I'm going to beat around the bush when I tell it. We have a new person to add to the raid list, Tim. Found someone playing some late night Romancing Saga 2, so... And it was his first time playing it, so I was giving him a hand with that. Kind of like what's going on in here tonight. I think dude had like 700 HP and hadn't fought a single one of the 7 heroes yet besides Kushinshi. Oh, there you are. Like 700 HP, hadn't fought a hero yet. So I helped him beat Bokun.
I see.
We got some grimoires. Nice. Also, we get experience. I keep forgetting in this game, when you complete a quest, you get experience.
Yes.
Hey Shag, if you're still there, just a quick question. Are most of the bosses in this game immune to... Oh, you have another quest for me. Are most of the bosses in this game immune to status ailments?
Yes.
You speedrun, so you definitely know, because ailments would be, if they were relevant to the speedrun, that'd be like a shortcut around... Oh, very few bosses are completely immune? Okay. Yeah, I figured most would at the very least resist them. Oh, really? They can be weak to them?
Oh, you want some? Well, do ya?
Where'd you go? There you are.
Hey,
Maitama? Oh, it's not a Maitama. It actually wouldn't matter if it was a Maitama, come to think of it, because I have literally 0 spyglasses. So it wouldn't matter anyway. Oh, and you're not even weak to that anyway. Oh wow, I suck. Here we go. It had to be done, Rin. It had to be done. Don't worry, there's plenty more where that came from, I promise. Speaking of which, I just realized we still have Neko Shogun in our party. I'll take the... Who did we have it? Angel, duh. You know me of all people. You know me of all people loves cats. Look at how many cats there are out here. There are a ton of little cat Sith type enemies. And that one was attacking me. What was I supposed to do? Give it catnip and food and convert it to your side. But my demon stock is full. I couldn't have converted it to my side if I wanted to. Excuse me. Good to know that bosses can often be weak to ailments. That's a big help, actually. It'd be against the rules. The game would think that I'm cheating. Azumi's Essence and Ice Gems. Oh, more Ice Gems. So the ones we used against... Yeah, not with that attitude. I know, but don't hate the player, hate the game. Besides, my little Neko Shogun there was so much more powerful. There's another one. I don't know, my little Neko Shogun. Does he get all 3 of them? I figured as much. Definitely Neko Shogun has a pretty good layout. Back when this game came out almost a year ago, that was kind of the conclusion I drew about the Neko Shogun. Well, yeah, because it's got to stay a cat. Neko Shogun's got to protect itself. Protect itself from all the atrocities of the Netherworld. actually, for a Switch speedrun, it's probably against the rules of the category, but you could just take it to the bathroom with you.
Here you go. Hey, hey. Uh-huh.
Well, maybe... Hold on, because I have another argument for that. What if the Neko Shogun... It has to be streamed the whole time. I figured as much. For PB, of course. But when you practice for your PB, though, you can go PP while you practice your PB. Oh, I hate when they do this. Come on. Okay. Am I the only person who has problems like this with Joy-Cons? I am. So, like, I hit A, right? And it lets me go. And then I'm mashing A. And it's only on this screen. Am I missing something? No, it literally just will not let me hit A to confirm on this screen, but it'll let me hit A elsewhere. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to do that either, and it's only on this screen. Like, just so you know, I'm not trying to be funny here. Like, here's the A button on the Joy-Con. My mic, so you know it's making the sound. Yeah, this game has done this before when I've played it, where a button won't work on a screen. That's actually kind of worrisome, because I'd like to save my game really quick. I think we gained another level. It let me do it that time. Now it's working. Now that I've made a big deal about it successfully, it's working. I do have a Pro controller. I just like using the Joy-Cons when I stream a Switch game, so I can kind of sprawl out in my chair, assume the comfy stance. I put Stranger of Paradise on Mondays and Thursdays. SMT is so... Because I could play with these Joy-Cons, SMT is so close to taking the Tuesday-Thursday slot, it's not even funny. Oh my god, look at that map one more time, dude. There we go. Okay, so we have to get up there to access that. And there's 2 more abscesses north of us. I'm guessing all this fuss about Tokyo Tower and we can't even go inside. We were just worried about a landmark. Light shards, not bad. Items in this game are precious.
Hey, hey, hey!
What's this?
And so the Hydra is slain. Fine work. A pleasure to meet you, young man. I am a humble monk of Jozoji Temple. My name is Goko. I sensed a disturbance in Tokyo. My search brought me a long way, and now I roam these lands. The Buddha's guidance compelled me to save you, but I see you never truly needed my help.
The Buddha's guidance.
Surely you did not pass wholly unscathed. Pardon the presumption, but let me give you this.
I'm
I will be
hoping the game
wandering
tells
this
us what we
place
got.
for a while yet. If your path takes you across these dunes, I suggest you head that way. The angels of Bethel gathered in that distant place. It will surely be a safe haven. For now, farewell. May our paths under the Buddha's gaze cross again one day.
Return pillar. So this, if I'm not mistaken, lets us warp back to instantly return to the last ley line found. Yep, it's like a fast travel to your last save point.
Hey, hey, hey! Over here! Like, seriously! Hey, you were talking about angels just now, weren't you? Ooh, ooh! In that case, I saw an angel inside the city over that way. Come on, let's go check it out. I'll show you myself, okay? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. That's a really, really far away that way.
As I said earlier, the angels are with Bethel, and they operate out of the Tokyo Diet Building. We should meet with that angel and ask him for directions on how to get there.
Okay, time to find us an angel.
I see an abscess right up there, the other direction. Also, I see something that Monozako was trying to point out.
Hey, hey, hey! Uh-huh.
Wait a second, what? What did you discover? 3 revival beads, that's a nice little pickup. Yeah, one of the random demons we can recruit, but we're talking about the cutscene angels. The cutscene angels are much more powerful than the angel in my party. Because unfortunately, the game will not let me proceed unless I do it. Sadly, that's alright.
Oh, you want some? Well, do ya? Hey, hey!
There we go. And I forgot to get more spyglasses. Time to play the guessing game. That. Nope. That. Nope. Flee. Yep. We need to get more spyglasses. I totally spaced on that at the last ley line fount.
Uh-huh.
I tried to ask the angel in my party, and all he kept saying is that he's just not supposed to be here today. Kinda like Dante Hicks. Another little spot. Hopefully it's Fire Sutra. Neat. Yeah, let me go talk to these NPCs, because sometimes they'll give you stuff. Oh, I don't think that's an angel. That's a Eravatus, something like that. Who doesn't even want to give me free stuff. Doesn't even want to give me free stuff. I don't even think I need to use this. But I do want to pick up some more spyglasses. Andrus, there we go.
You brought Maka.
What did I say? Aravata? That's totally wrong.
Look into. Is he?
Yeah, Andrus.
Welcome to.
Wrong one.
Are you ready?
We're level 15 now. Hopefully this opens up some decent combinations to us, which it doesn't, and that's okay. I don't think so, at least. I'm at least gonna fuse that Tsuchigumo and the Kodama for the Earthis, just so we can free up some of our slots in our stock. That's what I was thinking of, name-wise. Aitvarus. Aitvarus. You know, whatever it is the kids say now. Mazio. idea. And yeah, I should be using reverse. I'm not used to using reverse in these games. Even in Persona 5, I played through 5 Royal like the whole game and I never used reverse really. I'd only use reverse to make sure I wasn't missing anything doing like regular dyad. Nope. Not yet, at least. And is it... No, this will actually make stuff.
Choose the field you wish to know more of.
I also want to take a look at the miracles we have now. Magatsuhi stuff. Yeah, because we haven't... That's right, we haven't beaten another abscess yet, so we haven't unlocked new miracles in a minute. Okay, I'll stop beating around the bush now. Let me play the game.
Here you go. Hey,
56 Maka, it's, well, it's like a child's allowance. How do we get up there? Probably... Oh, there's a Mimon.
Friendly.
I'm probably missing a couple of them, maybe, up to this point. I have 16 so far. I'm not sure how many there are up to this exact part of the first part of the game. Let's go this way. Maybe there will be a nice way back up. There's a Turdak right here. New demon. At the end of each area, there's a demon you can pay to point them out on the map. Oh, okay. The Mimon, you mean? That's awesome. Because that will save me from having to micromanage, like reading a guide to find them all. Do you want me? I do want you. What should I do? Can you come a little bit closer? Okay, sure. Oh, that was easy. And we recruited a Jin.
Oh, you want some? Well, do ya? Here you go. Hey,
And a Vitality Incense, nice. More Oberi. Oh no, these are Oberians we can talk to.
Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey!
115 Maka. Yeah, good to know about the Mimons. That way I can casually look for them and not have to worry about not being able to find one later. Here's some McCoys. McCoy and a Bicorn. I don't have any space in my... I don't have any space in my stock, so I think I'm just fighting these for now. Is McCoy weak to fire? I forget. I think McCoy's fire. I don't know why I remember this being made of force. Okay. Good to know. Bicorn's elect. Thank you. Appreciate it. You knew what my next question was going to be. Oh gosh. I'm real antsy about using elements against unregistered enemies. Now, I know later in the game they repel it, like they repel physical as well, but it still skeeves me out a little bit. Like I'd rather just attack than do a spell sometimes. Obviously later I'll have a feel for this SMT game and I'll kind of be able to gauge what's weak to what. I'm still gonna look it up, but... Oh, please be my Tama, please. Yes. And it's gonna flee. No, it just debilitates. That's fine, you can debilitate. As long as I don't miss you.
This'll do.
That's true, but I feel like that'd get kind of expensive after a while, wouldn't it? Considering they're 100 a pop. It's not like getting a magic lens in a Tails game.
Uh-huh.
Oh, those are some at Varus's. That's what. Yeah, it feels expensive now. I can't believe Automod. Yeah, that's allowed. You're allowed to say chump. That's funny. I didn't think that it would. I didn't think that's a word it would pick up on. But yeah, later down the line, I'm sure 100 Maka would just be drops in the bucket. At Varus and 2 Azumis. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're weak to ice, but I could be wrong. However, I know you're weak to electricity.
Judgment.
Okay, cool. I figured it'd be ice with the flaming, you know, Charmander tail, but it was worth a check. They're actually, these are too high of a level for us to even speak to yet. Yeesh! I forgot, we traded our dark and wind weakness for a fire weakness. Oh man. Just get rid of them. Just get rid... Oh please, lean on Shi, just get rid of them. I should mention, I only know how to pronounce Leonon Sheed just because of Joker saying its name in Persona 5. That's it. Actually, I wouldn't be able to pronounce half of these if it weren't for the voice acting in the newer SMT games.
Hey, hey, hey! Hey, uh-huh.
Alright, I'm gonna check the boss at this abscess before I get into it, just in case I don't have anything it's weak to. Force and light. Best checking is face checking. I don't know in this game, because you lose 2 press turns. You lose 2 press turns when you miss. Oh, it's 3 Leonon Sheeds, okay. Force and light. What do I have? What do I have a lot of? I only have 2 force shards. I have 3 light shards though. Probably can't insta-kill these with light, but it's worth a shot. Oh, it does. Okay. Okay, good to know. I guess we'll do this. Delusional Linked Girl, welcome to the role-playing game. Thank you so much for the follow. I hope this doesn't reflect. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't instant kill my angel. There we go. Okay. Let's not use the last light shard. We don't really need to. I will, however, you go ahead and use a Magatoki. There we go. That was easy enough. Got 3 dark dampeners and 3 dark shards. Not bad. Got a revival bead from the Neko Shogun, further proving that Neko Shogun is superior to Catchi. Kate Sith, Catchi, whatever you want to call it. Final Fantasy VII debate. Got some new miracles, cool. I see an NPC to talk to over here. Looks like an Oni. Nice. dragon. What do you want? Oh, stamina incense. I forgive you. Looks like Quest. Quest is looking up at this thing. Long Long. I remember that fight from Digital Devil Saga. Okay. So, like Wong Long said, we're probably nowhere near ready for that, but we are capable of it now, though, that's for sure. Oh, and you know what? I have to run back up there and grab the other sub-quest. I accidentally fell down back the slope. Back down the slope, rather. Smoke balls, if I remember correctly, those should let you run instantly from a battle. This appears that other sub-quest. Oh, and that's another ley line found. I would have completely missed that. Oh my gosh. There we go. She was talking about Huang Long. And this Andrus has a quest for us, it looks like. So for that, we have to go take out some bicorns. No biggie. Let's activate this ley line fount. Onarimon. Cool. Alrighty. What does my stock look like right now? I need to make some space because I want to recruit some new stuff.
Welcome to the...
Let's get rid of this slime that doesn't need to be in my party anymore. This is the button I want to click.
Are you...
Actually, that plus the Gen makes a bicorn, funny enough. I can probably just get another Gen in my party.
Is this deal?
Cool. And can we make this into... We could actually just turn it back into a Gen, but I don't want to fuse Angel away yet. Oh, and the Oberion and... Yes, Sandman, was it? Yeah, make Apsaris. which I think I might do just to get it registered. Starts with Bufu Ma Bufu. Probably. Yeah, I think so.
Is this demon?
Just because I don't think I have another demon with Muto. Whereas Force is probably a little easier to come by. And we could make an Agathion, but I don't think we're doing that. Okay, cool. We freed up 2 slots in our party. I skipped the message when she welcomes us in. I think she's just saying we have more miracles available to us. I didn't realize he was close enough to trigger an encounter. I think that's a modern game thing. I don't think it's just an SMT5 thing, though. Same thing when you're playing like Tales of Arise. If you run under flying enemy sprites... Okay. I'll take your word for it. I'm not super surprised though, like, that's like a modern video game thing. It's like, the enemy is flying, but it has a huge hitbox so that when you run under it, even if it's 30 feet over you, I guess it's so you can still interact with it. I don't know what makes them, I don't know what possesses them to make decisions like that, but I guess worse things have happened. How do I get up there? Oh, really, how do I get up there? I need to head the other way. Jump off from near Huan Long. Okay. Works for me. Oh, I hope this actually does enough. It did. It did 18. He had 17. We're good. Angel got a nice level up. Alright. That's very helpful. I need to jump off from where Huan Long was. Yeah, I just kind of realized that. Oops. Oh well. It's alright. Now Hobino's weak to fire, so this will be great. I really hate to use this on just a random fight, but... Oh, that was a gem, that wasn't a shard. Oops. 1 HP, nice. Oh, that was a nice little bonus. You don't need Bestial Bite. I realized very quickly I was going the wrong way. As soon as those other Adverises started homing in on me, I'm like, wait a minute. Huang Long. I was going the Huang wrong way. But yeah, and then it's up here and around. That's right. I slipped. Oops. Oh, I got back up. Cool. I need to leap across that way to get over there? Is that what I'm looking at? Or is it over here? Yeah. I see. Okay. Sorry that took me so long to confirm my decision. It's all desert. It all kind of looks the same to me.
Here you go.
Whoa. That was almost really bad. What do you have for me?
Hey,
Electric Sutra. Nice. There's a treasure over here and another side quest. It's all blue and stuff over here. Water? Two chakra drops. Good pickup. Henlo. Anahita. Could be you're looking for me.
Right.
Okay, so she wants to throw hands. Okay, so Time to switch it up a little bit. You full guard light, and you full guard ice, so that gives me some coverage, but you don't do much else outside of... You don't do much else outside of that. Hmm. Okay. So Leonon Sheed, actually weak to light. I don't know if I want to take her into this fight. Apsaris might just be a better choice for this one. What do you look like? You're weak to light. You're also weak to fire, even though... Yeah, Mermaid's just out for this one, I think. Well, no, actually, we don't fire. Okay. I got it. Let's do that. And actually, let's do this, because my Angel and Hobino can carry damage. These two don't have a lot of damage dealing moves they can do. I mean, they could use Mudo, but they don't have access to the weakness very much. And then, let me take a bit of advice here. You have Medea, so I want you acting a little sooner. Alright. Oh, and I'm, like, not even... I would hate to use it. I hate to use a chakra drop right now, but... Well... By using it implies if I win. That's the only scenario in which it stays gone. Let's try this out.
Hey. Hey.
Let's go. I didn't realize it was a full moon. Hopefully that doesn't affect this at all. And you said cascades, and you look kind of watery, so let's try an ice dampener. And let's just hit you with a Mudo, do some extra damage. Oh, yes indeed, beautiful. Might as well just lay some extra damage on there. Raccoon on the angel. Okay, that's not awful, because I can have the angel heal. Although, actually, I want Leon Unsheathed to heal, now that I think about it. Oh, that's not good! You take a lot of hits, lady. Yeah, I figured as much. I think we need to re-up it at the end of the turn. Which is what I'm gonna do. That's inconvenient, but that is what it is. Lean Unsheathed kind of useless now. I actually should have used Nahobino's turn to guard, but I did not. That's alright. Not to guard, but to change Lean Unsheathed for something different. I'm pretty sure a change only uses half a press turn, right? Do I have any items that can lessen the impact of this turn coming up? I think I used both the ice dampeners I had. Yeah, no. Oh well, let's just cross our fingers. We have enough for Humble next turn in case things are really bad. Things are really bad. You got that full guard against ice. And you can heal as well. You're weak to light, so that's a no-go. Yeah, you know what? You guard it. That'll work. Sheesh. Alright. Let's try to finish this turn. This may not. No! Bree! That was awful. That was double awful. What the heck? What just happened? Okay. Alright, we're out of MP, so gotta improvise a little bit. Alright, appreciate it, Delightful. We're probably almost done for the night. Not quite done, but I think we're getting there. So you know I'll drop in like I normally do. You can heal and you can buff. And you have full MP right now, just about. Okay, that's fair. I'll say that's fair. I'll use one more of those fire shards just to... I'm gonna heal Nahobino just for safety here, because we're so close to beating this thing. Why not? We're almost there. We just gotta survive one more round. And it looks good. There we go. Wow, that used a lot of items, but we can purchase the dampeners, so that's not a big deal.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Tim, thank you for that. We got 2 ice gems. That's like our little reward there. Modding Kadin might be better in this game. Oh, and she gives us sleep gem. That was neat. Modding Kadin might be a little bit better in this game than in previous entries, but I still have Modding Kadin PTSD from Persona 3. You know, the one where Mitsuru won't use anything but Modding Kadin. Cool. We can now fuse Anahita. Also, our Netherworld hospital bill is going to be a little expensive here. Let's see. I had you with me. That'll work for now. Let's go turn in that quest to the mermaid. It was this way, right? Yep, sure is. What does this mermaid have to say to us now? We got the Femme Talisman. Neat. That return pillar is a really nice little commodity. It's not the menu I wanted. Here. Let's go find 5 bicorns really quick. Lifestone, cool. That'll be good in some future negotiations. And bicorns were this way.
Oh, you want some? Well, do ya?
Do I hear some horsies? There's some horsies. Come here, horsey. You don't like lightning and light. Two bicorn horns. Get the jump on this one guaranteed. Two bicorn horns, we need one more. And some slimes to the mix. That consistently does the insta-kill because they have like 100 HP left when that's going on. There we go. Yep. We got the Fallen Talisman. Neat. So, I guess he always lets us bring him 5 bicorn horns. I don't even... Well, for our MP at least. Alright. I think that's about my limit for tonight. I'm getting a little sleepy. I gotta wake up kinda early tomorrow, so... Who are we raiding? Night night. Have a good night, Rin. Well, I don't know if you're gonna join the raid or not. I want to... Alright, cool. Bet. Well, still, appreciate it. Night night. I'll still be lurking in the new raid. I gotta download my video and stuff. Anybody? Anyone have any suggestions, by the way? Preferably someone who could use viewership would be pretty cool. I have this problem most nights because most people are asleep on the East Coast at this time. So... Regeneration Nation? Should be. I'm assuming these are 2 different people. I think the most fair way to go about it is to duel for it. Well, I say... Yep. We'll duel for it and... Okay, that works for me. Unless you believe the game is rigged, Rin, and you would like to challenge Timoticus to best 7 out of 10, because he's super down for best 7 out of 10. Going once, going twice. No, it's all good. Alright, so it looks like we are raiding Regeneration Nation tonight, but y'all, thanks for coming out, thanks for chatting me up. Shaggy, thanks for joining the stream, and thank you for giving me all sorts of insight into stuff I would have had to look up and slow the stream down with, so appreciate your input, and I hope to see you here again soon. But yeah, otherwise, y'all, that's it for me tonight. And you know what I like to say, if you like Shin Megami Tensei 5, or if you like Can't Sprint JRPG, please be sure to drop a follow. You know, I do this just for fun, I do it for the peeps, I do it all the time, this and that and the other. So yeah, this channel is intended for mature audiences. Anyway, that's it for me for tonight, y'all. Catch me again, I don't stream on Sundays, so catch me Monday with more Final Fantasy Origin, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. Other than that, y'all, I will catch you Monday. Peace.